Departing New Buffalo, Michigan, my friend Corey and I raised sails and set off on a near perfect sail north for St. Joseph along the picturesque Michigan coastline. The wind was coming from the northwest, which propelled us with near optimal wind angle and speed on our northeasterly course. We hummed along with 3 sails up. After about an hour and a half of sailing with the wind strength and angle slightly decrementing, we decided to turn port 90 degrees and headed away from shore. This maneuver would have the potential for us to go faster for the remainder of the trip for 2 reasons. 1, we would be able to sail at an optimal wind angle. As it stood, we were a bit too close to the wind, which was slowing down our speed. Number 2, the wind might be slightly stronger and purer further from shore. It's been my practical experience that when sailing too close to a shoreline on Lake Michigan, the wind is subject to increased refraction and variability from the heat signature and friction created from the landmass. Turning the sailboat so that the wind would come from the starboard side and propel us a short distance offshore would result in more distance traveled, but might actually speed up our eventual arrival to St. Joseph. Once we tacked the boat back through the wind so that the wind came from our port side and the sails were arrayed over the starboard side, we enjoyed a relatively fair, pleasant, and straightforward sail straight to our destination. The sea state was calm, the temperature was comfortable, the sunshine was prominent and persistent, and the sound of water passing along the hull was extremely soothing. Our destination was in sight the entire duration of the sail. St. Joseph Harbor is on the westernmost point of land on the horizon, approximately 25 miles distant from New Buffalo. I recorded the gauges all along the day trip to capture the speed and progress of the sail. We averaged slightly under 5 knots of speed over ground, with a max speed of almost 7.5 knots. The wind was always between 8 and 12 knots coming from the west by northwest. All right, an update on our way from New Buffalo to St. Joseph, Michigan. We are just about there. We're within an hour of docking, I believe. And one thing I want to point out is that we noticed the markers to the harbor entrance probably 6 nautical miles away. They're pretty, they definitely, you could see something on the horizon, and you just weren't sure whether it was another sailboat with its sails up or whether it was some sort of marker. And as we closed in 5 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles, it definitely became clear that they were the markers. Well, we're almost there, and we will record going into the dock. We prepared to enter the channel of St. Joseph around 3 p.m. We expected a straightforward experience, as the West Basin Marina would be the first marina entrance from the channel on our left as we approached a railroad bridge over the St. Joseph River. We knew to watch for the Coast Guard Station and the St. Joseph Yacht Club. We had reserved the end of a dock, which we expected to make our docking experience rather easy. We navigated to the dock easily enough, but the presence of pilings rather than dock cleats did throw off our docking experience a little bit. Both Corey and I have much more experience and confidence with dock cleats. I confess I'm constantly trying new techniques to achieve optimal docking experiences, and those sometimes don't go as planned, which was the case on this day. I appreciate Corey's even-keeled demeanor amidst unexpected events. In this case, the bow kicked out away from the dock upon engaging reverse on the forward spring line. After first attempting to use reverse tension to swing the bow back, I instead went with the more expedient and less stressful option of simply walking the 50-foot bow line back to the person on the dock so he could pull the bow in. We checked in with the harbor master's office, which was required upon arrival. The location of our dock required us to walk the entire length of the harbor around the outer edge to get to the harbor office. The marina offered access to 4 picnic areas and grills around the grounds. The marina has a fuel dock, though it did not have dedicated staff and seemed to require coordination with the main marina office. The bathrooms were spacious and clean, but not air conditioned. They did have lots of fans running on this very hot day. A small air-conditioned TV room was available to read and relax at the office building. There were also laundry machines available in the bathroom building. Let's take a meander around the marina together. There's no bar, restaurant, or services available at this location, short of what can be found in the office while it is open during business hours. There really isn't convenient on-demand car services, such as Uber, Lyft, or conventional taxis available in St. Joseph. Dinghy access from this harbor to downtown is probably the easiest and most convenient option. Okay, so we have docked here at St. Joseph at the marina, and we are walking to downtown, and we had to walk way out of the way. There's not a lot of taxis available here. It's a little bit of a hike, that's for sure. We're not close at the marina to anything, any sort of restaurant. There is a yacht club there, so if you have reciprocity, you could potentially use that. But if you are just a common folk, you are going to have to make your way somehow to town. The town offered a number of dining options and a quaint central shopping area a couple of blocks long near the water. Corey and I turned in relatively early as we planned to depart the next morning by 7 a.m. for our long leg back to Chicago. The morning was beautiful and offered pleasant departing conditions. We easily made our way off the dock, did a U-turn within the basin, and worked our way back into the lake. Here's what the trip from the West Basin Marina to the channel entrance looked like. I want to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate your support. If you've stayed till the end of this video, please consider pressing that like button. It's a free action for you and helps the YouTube algorithm present this channel to others like you. This is Sailor Eric. Thanks for watching.